Yeah, you guys remember when I did the waterproof vape video? Made out of a mag light tank, of course. We had the one-way airflow valve on it, and I demonstrated it. This is the second model. It takes one 14500 battery in the bottom. It's bended. It's got a rubber plug in the hole. But I've got a new one out now, a little bit bigger. This one, and you can see the side by side, a lot smaller lever than the second one. Right here, this one lights up. Um, got the one-way airflow valve here, little carbonizer tank. Of course, right in here there's a rubber gasket so that air or water can't get in there. It has to go through right here. When I push this down, it activates the electricity, lets air flow in through the hole here. This has got a 1100 smoke winder inside, and then I've just got a rubber plunger from a syringe, just a little rubber plug in the end to keep it waterproof in the end. This is actually the bottom cap, and this end had the flashlight head on the mag light. This was this is a steel lever, little aluminum mount for it. It's got a spring in there, and she's waterproof. And what I like about this one is it's got the variable voltage, 1100 smoke winder. I'll take it apart after I do a little dunk here in the water. Got a little tub here, water, and toss him in. And we'll let him do a little bit of a soak here while I sit here and have a vape and a cold beer. I like these little ovate tanks. This used to be a lava tube. I cut the end of it off, put a e-cig circuit head in it to screw the tank on. Hope I don't drop this in the water, it won't make it. But it's pressed in here. This takes a 18650 battery. And of course, like I said, this one is not waterproof. The first one I made, the orange one, it's kind of obsolete. The second one, I don't like the build I did on the first one, but the second one and this third one are the good ones. And like I said, the second one takes that small battery, the 14500. Yeah, I get about 5, maybe 6 hours out of it. But this one's variable voltage. It lasts me all day long. And I'm a heavy vapor, but I'll sit here and puff on this. Sure, you see that's underwater. Of course, don't push the lever while it's in the water, because that you're opening the air hole and then let water in that way. But there's a rubber gasket, so it can't get down into the circuit. It can't get down into the battery. The main head of the battery's got a winder. It's got a rubber around it, which I'll show you after I take it apart. But our new soak there. It's been a few minutes here. Shake, tip out. This thing's been turned on, so I'll just go ahead and put it to the mouth and heck, let's throw it back in just for shits and giggles. Oh, got my hand all wet though. Dry that off. I think I got that thing set on 4 volts right now, but I've got a low resistance cartomizer, I think about 2 to 2.4 Boge, B-O-G-E, low resistance, extra long cartomizer in that tank, and I like those Boge better than Smoke Tech or any of the other cartomizers. Of course, like I said, I'm really fond now. I'm going to be working on one that'll take this vape tank. But yeah, we're gonna do it shits and giggles. Extra toss in the water. So you could have this on like a chain, one of those retracting chains that you put your wallet on, or a keychain. Hook that onto that and have it hanging on your side if you're out surfing or tubing or something like that, you know, on the river. You can puff on this. Water can't go in. There's a little rubber in here with a spring flap. Keep it closed with, but it's a light pressure spring. So when you puff on it, take a drag on it, it releases off of the hole and lets the vape come through. Lets air flow through. Comes through the lever there, like I was saying. And water or air cannot get down into the battery because I've got a rubber gasket around the head of that. And I'll go ahead and take that out. Move this water over here out of the way. Dry my hand off a little bit. I'll show you what's inside this here. Okay. Screw off the tank. Set it over here. And this is tight. I got a double rubber in there. I got to get a piece of rubber to get a hold of this, get a good grip on it. There we go. And inside the shell, it's just a hollow shell now. Of course, with the lever on it. Lines right up with the fire button. I had to grind off the fire button a little bit so it would slide down in this case. I'll just lay that down here. Screws onto a head that lets the air flow through. Makes a connection. It just screws right off here. And here we have a winder. And let's see if I got it set on. Yeah, 4 volts. All right. There, if you can Actually, I can turn this down to about 3.4, 3.6. I'll put it on 3.6. And this is the rubber gasket I was telling you about, so that water or air can't get down into the circuit. And you just screw that on, and when it bottoms out, it's lined up. I like to get this a little wet around here so it goes in and makes a good seal. Just push that in, screw that puppy down all the way tight, and it lines up with your hole where depressor pushes against the button when that lines up. And I always like to check and make sure that I got a good vacuum on there, so I usually take this rubber out and make sure that. Now, this would pop out if your battery should go nuclear on you, Chernobyl. Usually they're vented, so it can't get past that rubber gasket I've got up here, which also keeps, like I said, the water and the air from getting down into the battery side to the circuit. And then, of course, this little rubber gasket or plunger from a syringe, it's perfect right in there, nice and tight, airtight, watertight seal. But if that should go Chernobyl on you, pop, she'll just pop right out, and then the thing won't explode on you. Anyway, that's the new one, and I thought you guys might be interested in seeing number 3. Over and out.